Well, I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Chris Tung, who is the global CMO of Alibaba, live from Alibaba's head office in Hangzhou. Chris, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I know it's an exceptionally busy time for you, so we really appreciate your time. Chris, before we start with the meat of the interview, perhaps you could just give us a little overview about what you do at Alibaba. I mean, I think you've got probably the most coolest job in the world, but exactly what is it?
I do. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Tung. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Alibaba Group. I have been at Alibaba for almost 6 years now. And my job really involves two roles. First, I'm responsible for building Alibaba brand portfolio, both in China and around the world. And having worked for some of the most iconic global brands was a great training for me. I understand we still have a long way to go, until Alibaba is truly understood globally. Second, I'm a sort of a CMO for CMOs. We have more than 250,000 brands who sell on our platforms, including all the brands I've worked for. My previous experience helped me understand, the pain points CMOs have, so I can innovate to help them not only to sell products, but also engage consumers and build brands with the latest digital tools and technology. So my job is continually innovate to help our brand partners succeed in the Chinese consumer market mainly.
See, I was right. It really is the coolest job in the world. Chris, sort of post-pandemic, what do you see as the emerging new trends in China, and I suppose how that's going to impact the rest of the world as well, Chris?
Yeah, the pandemic served to really accelerate a number of trends that were already present pre-COVID. There are a couple I would like to particularly highlight today. The first that come to my mind is really live streaming. I know we've covered a lot, but believe it or not, you'll be still very surprised if you're personally live in China and experiencing all the wonders that live streaming can offer to you. China experienced many of the same changes in consumer behavior we saw in many parts of the world, but this one is truly a China phenomenon that captures the imagination of the retail world. So in 2021, the live streaming shopping market is expected to reach renminbi 2 trillion, or more than 300 billion US dollars.
And do you think, Chris, we're just at the beginning of the live streaming phenomena?
I think so, because it's becoming really a important shopping behavior in consumers' daily life. Many consumers are telling us it's the way they kill time after dinner every day. They enjoy watching the people, the key opinion leaders sharing what's latest in the market and show them what those innovation could do to their life as experts. So it's very close to life. It's very trustworthy in terms of product quality and the deals that's presented in live streaming on a daily basis. So I would say
as a marketeer, Chris, do you see live streaming being a very significant sales channel going forward for everybody?
It started out as an important sales channel, but it's right now becoming a very, very important pillar of content marketing, because we started to see more and more interactive features or gamification features being implemented in a stream room, as well as more people are involved across the board, including movie artists, singers, and designers, and you name it. So a lot of experts from different domains now are presenting what they have to share in live stream. And the other thing is we continually involve a lot of technology to innovate the experience. So you can have a stream-to-stream kind of a connection, or you involve 3D, AR, VR, and we are building basically, just to make the thing sounds more exciting, we're building a sort of like a metaverse in the stream room, combining real people, virtual image, as well as products.
So within the metaverse, we'll be able to live stream, buy things without even leaving that metaverse environment.
Exactly. So we are building a virtual host, for example, and engage many AI technology. So the virtual figure talks like a real person, interact with audience real time, and by doing this, we can present the same brand, same brand, same product in different universe at the same time. So that's kind of like the future that we're making
to the future.
Right now.
Yes. Chris, when a lot of people outside of China think of a sales period, a shopping festival, they immediately think of discounts. But the 11/11 Global Shopping Festival is now well known for launching new products. Can you tell us a little bit about the scale and the size of those new product launches across the 11/11 period now?
Yes, thank you for the question. Because for people who are not that familiar with what Double 11 is about, may still associate it with a liquidation sale, kind of, at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a sort of the sort of products that you probably sung "Happy Birthday" to in your warehouse for a couple of years. Yeah.
Exactly. But in fact, it's totally different. For most of the brand partners we're working with for Double 11, most of them started the whole planning process 9 months ago, if not or even earlier. So they normally aim to launch the most important initiative, new products during this period, because this is the most efficient and most influential way to reach the target audience, as people are really looking for new news. For example, this year, there are 290,000 brands participating in Double 11, and totally there are 14 million deals on the menu. And,
so Chris, would you just like to repeat those numbers slowly? They're quite extraordinary.
Oh.
How many brands and how many products?
Big numbers all the time. But this year, there are 290,000 brands from all over the world participating Double 11, and offers the most important products and mostly new products to our over 900 million consumers. That's gonna be in this festival as shoppers. And last year, there were already 2 million SKUs that are new products. And this year, we're still counting, but it's going to be several millions of new products waiting to be browsed and really considered on the menu.
Now, I think that people will also be surprised to learn the role that Alibaba plays in helping those brands develop and create those new products. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and also the Tmall Innovation Center?
Yes, the platform that we built called Taobao has successfully lowered down the barrier for innovation. So we're seeing a lot of local brands, boutique brands are launching new brands, new product ideas on this marketplace. And if it resonates with consumer, it may just succeed and thrive very fast. And it's not just the response we're getting from the consumers from in a direct way, but also we are leveraging the data to offer really very useful insight for the brands through a channel called Tmall Innovation Center, TMIC. And the TMIC platform use data-driven insights and it's dedicated retail innovation arm of Tmall. The platform actually can help the brands to expedite product development process and ensure a higher degree of success. Basically, it helps you kind of cross-reference the target audience you may have for your new product idea and find out more insights about what they like in their life and to be able to give you more product ideas. And you can do a very quick test on Tmall and get real-time response to see what works, what not, and then have continuously optimizing the whole proposition. And at the end, when you identify a winning proposition, it comes along with the profile of the audience that has responded properly or positively to this proposition. So when you launch it, you know exactly who to target, what is the creative story you want to deliver, and all that. So the whole launch model comes with the testing and the development process on TMIC. It's a very powerful tool. It's short-term, the whole development process from 18 months to sometimes 3 months. And the success, the hit rate is very high. I think it's a couple of times higher than regular, the traditional retail model.
I mean, Chris, you make a couple of really important points. One was about, I suppose, data driving some of the insights and innovation. The other one was about speed. To what extent do you think now that data-driven creativity and data-driven analytics for speed is going to be something that will be driving the way in which marketeers work in China and clearly also across the world? And what data do you help give them to make that happen?
You know what? You may not believe this. I would say 100%. For example, my marketing team, the way they're launching this year's Double 11 campaign, and the way we're doing advertising and driving traffic on a day-to-day basis, all depends on insights driven through our big data. So we know which age group, what kind of lifestyle, what do they want, at the end of the time, at the end of the year this time around, and who is the right person to influence them, what channel, and all that. For the advertising creative work online, it's more than 40,000 versions that we created for different group, different channel, and all that. And because the WLM is such a huge platform that we really want to cover as many as possible. I mentioned 900 million consumer shoppers that we want to cover. So that's kind of a scale we're talking about. And for the specific brands that's doing business on Tmall, I think the data insights helping them not only to develop the product, but also craft the message, create the right content, even provide them insight in terms of the storyboard, the structure of the storyboard for a specific short film that's going to be posted on our platform. And
clearly, Chris, there is an amazing amount of content that needs to be provided and created by those brands over the course of the festival's 11-day duration.
You mean how many content?
Well, there is a lot of content that's required, and therefore those analytical understandings of maybe how to course correct some of your content over that period becomes very important.
Exactly. For example, last night we helped McDonald's to launch a very important hamburger in China. So I want to share this example because we're not just helping brands doing business online, but also offline as well. So we help them also try to target the right people by offer a trial package It's actually a voucher that you can buy at a very low price to be able to taste that new hamburger before anybody else. There are 3 days lead time, nationally. So we sold. I don't have the latest. It's more than 100,000 vouchers for them. So by doing that, we have a very good understanding of who is interested in this particularly new product and why, and their all reactions. So we did that beforehand. So therefore McDonald's was able to craft the whole campaign a little bit even more, and with the right people, right live stream. We actually run a very interesting live streaming in our campus for McDonald's. I was involved. It was a very interesting experience last night. But this is how powerful data insight can be in terms of helping the brands to target the right message at the right people at the right time.
Now, Chris, you've touched on one innovation for this year's Double 11 Global Shopping Festival. Can you just tell us a little bit more about some of the innovations for 2021?
Yeah. Over the last 12 years, Double 11 has showcased tremendous consumption power of Chinese consumers and really pushed boundaries for global retail sector. And this year's festival makes a new chapter for Double 11. We believe we must leverage the power of Double 11 to encourage sustainable development and to promote inclusiveness to consumers, merchants, and partners across our ecosystem. So this year, there are a number of announcements we have made so far. Number one is this year, we want to make it an eco-friendly consumption a top priority for this Double 11. And we are promoting the green lifestyle by featuring a dedicated vertical to showcase energy efficient and the low impact products. And also we issue RMB 100 million worth of green vouchers to incentivize shoppers to make the right decision to support the environmental friendly lifestyle. And the second thing is we are making inclusivity in action. We have made our Tmall app more user-friendly for seniors, so they can enjoy the benefits of Double 11. So there's a initiative we piloted ahead of China's Double 11 Shopping Festival, which is Taobao's senior mode features larger text, larger icons, simplified navigation.
Well, I think other people other than just seniors would appreciate that. I think one of the things that I've noticed over the lockdown sort of 16, 18 months or so, staring at a screen all day long, certainly my eyesight has got a lot worse over the course of the last
and there's a
months.
Voice, David, there's a voice-assisted technology, so you don't have to type to search on Taobao. You can just say it, and the AI will help you identify the products as soon as it can. So it's really user-friendly. So we love to have everybody enjoying the benefits of Double 11, not just the young people. And last but not least, we launched a Goods for Good. We actually launched it in 2006, but we really enlarged the scale of Goods for Good this year, so we can generate proceeds from the transactions. That's to help donate to support 3 major beneficiary groups: elderly citizens living in solitude, and second, left behind children in remote areas, and low-income workers. So it's going to be a pretty warm Double 11, which is quite different from shop, buy kind of a Double 11 in the past. So this year, as I kind of a joke about it, this is a 13 years old Double 11. If you have a metaphor of having Double 11 as a kid, well, the kid is growing to be a teenager. He really wants to make a difference there.
Well, in a recent BAV study, I think it was some 84% of Chinese consumers said that they would go out of their way to buy products that were sustainable or reduce their impact on the environment. Chris, for those brands outside of China listening to this and they're wondering about the sustainability and environmental portions of their product. How important do you think that is now for the Chinese consumer to be able to understand the environmental impact and be able to buy the products that reduce that impact?
It is very important. The China government leader has made it public that we have a very clear roadmap for the carbon neutral plan by 2035, and we really want to be a new carbon I think it's close to zero, like by 2050. So the whole country is working on this. This public announcement has generated a lot of awareness and commitment from the industries across different sectors as well. So everybody is working on it and have their very clear plan to make it happen. So I think it's important for Alibaba too. We have announced a very clear ESG strategy for the company, and promoting green lifestyle is a very important part of it. And this year around, we will want to really work with our logistic leg arm Tmall to actually we are building more than 60,000 post station right now to handle the recycled products and doing the carbon low carbon kind of green footprint type of packaging for to cover most of the transactions here. So a lot of things we're doing apart from the green product promotion I just mentioned.
Now, Chris, you mentioned that somebody who is a teenager now has grown up with the 11/11 shopping festival for most of their life. And that, I suppose, creates issues as well. How do you manage to keep the 11/11 Global Shopping Festival so fresh and so new every year? I mean, that must be a great challenge for you and your marketing team.
Yeah, a big one, but it's fun. I think, first of all, I like to start by saying shopping is fun. We really want to make shopping festival a very important festival around the year that you don't want to miss. So my guidance for my team is always, what's missing from last year in terms of making a festival. Let's really fill the gap and making really something memorable as a festival that people do not want to miss. Of course, young generation, especially Gen Z, has become our main focus. They have high demand about life quality. They seek novelty all the time. So if they're happy, I believe everybody will be happy and believe this is really important festival. So, for example, we keep adding the weight of gamification. We understand the consumers want to share the 11/11 purchases as well as get inspiration from others on good deals. So this year we have introduced a new feature that allows them to share their shopping cart with their social network. So if you bump into someone, you can shake your mobile phone and your shopping cart will be swapped.
You sync together. Excellent.
So you don't have to really, change phones or whatever. Of course, you do this with your very good friends that you trust. So this is very interesting. You can do it online remotely. You can do it face to face with the shaking. So that has been a big hit on social media right now. And the other thing is we develop a lot of new brands discovery features. As I said, the scale of participation is larger than ever, and there are so many new brands launching so many new products for 11/11. So we want to make sure people find a way to find what they, really discover what's meaningful for them. So we have a lot of new content channels. I talked about live stream. I talked about short video clips, and there is interesting features as well. You can actually type what kind of questions you have for your life. For example, you want to look good when you go skiing. So if that's something that really, happen in your mind as a question.
I'd like to look good at any time, actually.
Yeah, so you just you type in the questions in the interface, and it generates all the relevant contents, mainly short video clips that's answering these questions on our platform. And we have more than 100 million video clips ready to be packaged in certain message to satisfy your needs. So this is another interesting features that we offer just for the sake of better discovery.
Now, you made a very important point about shopping being fun, because I think we've spent far too long making shopping efficient over the last few years, and maybe started to remove some of the fun and excitement from it. And I think that 11.11 Shopping Festival clearly shows how it's possible to inject an amazing amount of fun and excitement into the process itself. Give us a little bit of an insight as to how you see the whole concept of gamification within shopping developing over the course of the next few years. Because I suppose that is the ultimate in fun.
Yeah, it's all about experience and connection. I think those are two most important things when we try to develop a more user-friendly shopper experience. There's brick and mortar stores that we always want to go to for some of the high involvement type of category. We want to see some demo. We want to have some help from the beauty advisor. We want to touch, sometimes feel the material and the functions of the product. So we are building a lot of experiential technology in the gaming itself. So it's not just for the sake of playing, having fun, but you actually have, you get yourself closer to the products or the brands in the whole experience. And number two is there's always people connection. So the game we're building always involve building a team, form a team, or someone who share the same interest in life. So you do it together. So along the process, it's not about just introducing more traffic to the platform, but also sharing your feedback about certain category and certain product, as if you're go shopping with your best friends. That kind of a experience need to be replicated online too. So that's how we kind of a key focus on our gamification development.
Now, Chris, there might be many people who are watching who've been intrigued, been inspired by what they could do on the platform, but haven't yet participated with Alibaba or indeed over the 11 period. What advice would you give to those people watching now?
Come join us. You know what? If I get it right, there's still around 10% of the brands in the world that are not in our global shopping festival. And you trust me, you really don't want to miss this. This is not just, yes, it's huge in China, but Double 11 is becoming a worldwide phenomenon, according to my knowledge. And as I said, this is the best case to showcase what your brand is about to the right target, because they're in the right mode to understand, what your brand is about. And it's exciting, it's dynamic, and it's a festival feeling. People are not just buying for themselves, but they're buying for the family, get themselves ready for Christmas and New Year and so on. And this is very digital, as we have built it. Not just the gamification I mentioned, but even the TV Gala, which we have done 6 years. It's actually very interactive. You have to hold your mobile phone all the way when you watch the TV show. You have to participate.
Yes, I was at the Gala with you 2 years ago.
Yes.
Watching the screens, watching your mobile phone, it was an amazingly immersive experience.
Yeah. So this year, the gala will not be, it will be innovate again. It won't no longer be just a singing, dancing show that you can, interact with. But this time we're gonna make it a dramatic challenge. Do you have different challenges? There's different drama. You gotta, find a clue and solve the puzzle, and you work with people, millions of people online together to find a clue. So the series can move on. It's gonna be.
Wow, looking forward to that. So the gala is on the 11th, yes?
Yeah, it will happen November the 10th. The few hours before November 11th. So that's how we kick off the night normally. Yeah.
So Chris,
also, the point is the whole experience will be very digital. So if your brand is going through a digital transformation, join us on Double 11. So this gonna offer you a lot of data insight. How to build your brand, drive your growth more successfully post Double 11, because you got a lot of important message through the whole digital design.
I think that's also an intriguing point, which is 11/11 is not the beginning and the end. 11/11 is part of the strategic journey that your brand can take in China.
Absolutely.
Now, Chris, how would you compare the participation of European brands and American brands in this year's 11/11 versus other years?
We have a very diverse and scale user base on Tmall. And what I'm seeing, especially millennials and Gen Z, they have a really high demand of quality products from all over the world. Even more so, in the middle of a pandemic or post-pandemic. I think the demand is huge. The appetite is huge. So I think, but mainly it has to fit their lifestyle. I think one key trend is a more people are going into more wellness. As most of the parts of the world, it's the same thing. Quality products for health and wellness. More into sports. More people are having pets. So a more sophisticated personal lifestyle is going on in China. I do believe it's a huge opportunity for brands from US and European countries for sure. Just come join us. And this serves as a gateway to China, which is probably, the largest market in the world for now and for the future as well.
Now, Chris, you're in an amazing position to be able to look at the data, speak to the brands that participate not just over 11/11, but right across the year with you. What trends do you see emerging now that's going to have an impact in China, clearly with the Chinese consumers, but also globally?
Yeah. I do enjoy the benefits of talking to a lot of industry experts, a lot of CMOs all the time, and trying to really understand what is needed to drive the growth for the brands. And I guess the whole retail landscape is going through a rapid change right now, not only in China, but most of the world. Alibaba and China commerce are dramatically different today than when I joined the company 6 years ago. And there's a few signs that I saw quite significantly. First, I would say it's the C2M trend is happening, the consumer to manufacturing trend. This new manufacturing model is about truly putting the consumer in the center and reimagining retail to make a more convenient and personalized and enjoyable experience for shoppers. So we've seen significant innovations and changes to the manufacturing model in China. And the second trend I'm seeing here is consumer want more value-driven brands. And you talked about the importance of sustainability in China. I think it's the same everywhere in the world. the power of brands, as a matter of fact, will continue, but the way they're built will continue to change and evolve as well. So we're seeing this that the values are becoming increasingly important to consumers, especially young consumers, and especially post-pandemic. So the purpose of the brand, how to stay true to the purpose of the brand, and how to make it significant and clear to understand for the consumers are really.
And do you think Chinese consumers are very conscious of what the brand's purpose is, and are prepared to favor brands that have a purpose that's close to their hearts?
Yeah, that's true. Especially with the power of social media, the brand with clear purpose really delivers much sharper message to consumers in a more powerful and efficient way. So it's really important. We've been challenging ourselves as well how to make Alibaba's brand sharper and really meaningful. So more and more consumers, especially young consumers, can identify with. So this is an important task for all of us.
Now, Chris, you talked about the excitement of 11.11. What have you put in your basket for purchase over this period? A little insight to your life.
You know what? Whenever I have a minute, I put something in. It's a 11-day festival starting from November the 1st and ends at the end of November 11th. So every day we have a new programs and new exciting things to kind of like get people in the franchise. For me as well as a consumer, I have put a lot of things in the shopping cart. So therefore, I'm ready to share my shopping cart when I come across a friend or colleague that want to get more inspiration from my cart. In my car, I buy lots of wine, to be honest with you, because it's really crazy deal. If you have to drink anyway, and you can easily stock up wine anyway for a year, it's no problem. So I'm buying boxes of wine, and I play tennis a lot. So I bought the tennis shoes for everybody in the family and some rackets as well, and some health supplements as well. You have to eat have intake some health supplements anyway. So a lot of I think things for quality life, I believe.
Well, Chris, it's always a pleasure and a delight to talk to you. I hope that next time we'll be able to meet in person. Your insights have been absolutely invaluable. And I hope that after the 11.11 period, you'll be able to open one of your new bottles of wine and toast celebrations of yet another successful 11.11 across the company, but also from your team from the marketing area. For the moment, Chris Tung, who is the Global Chief Marketing Officer of Alibaba from Hangzhou, Alibaba's headquarters. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on our 11.11 Global Shopping Festival. It's been a pleasure and delight. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. I bought some champagne to celebrate with you, David, for your success for the show and all the clients you're serving.
We'll look forward to toasting you. Thank you very much indeed. Have a great rest of the day, and I'm sure you probably will get absolutely no sleep for the next few days. But thanks very much, Chris. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.